Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
Today,
Dinar
your
Update.
trusted source
Now
for
listen
Iraqi
closely,
Dinar updates
because the next
without
few
the hype,
minutes may
without the
change how
rumors,
you look at the
just
Iraqi
the
dinar
facts.
completely.
If this is your first
Not
time
with
here,
hype,
you've come
not
to the
with
right
rumors,
place. Go
but with
ahead
something
and grab your
far
coffee
more
or
important.
tea, get
Real
comfortable,
infrastructure
because what we're covering
movement
today
happening
is
quietly
arguably
behind
one
the
of the most
scenes.
significant
If you've been
developments
holding
in the
dinar for
Iraqi
years,
dinar story
if you've watched
in
global
years.
payment
We're
systems
talking about
evolve,
official
if you've ever
confirmations
asked
from
yourself,
the Iraqi
when
Gazette
does the real
regarding
shift
massive
actually
rate
begin,
changes planned
then today's
for
update is for
2026.
you.
This isn't
Because
social media
something meaningful
speculation.
is unfolding.
This isn't a random
Not on
forum
YouTube
post.
headlines,
This
not
is
in Telegram
official
whispers,
documentation.
but inside
and if
the
you've been
digital
holding dinar
financial
for any
plumbing
length
that
of
moves
time,
money
you
across
need
the
to
world.
understand exactly
And when
what
plumbing
this means,
changes,
what it
the
doesn't
entire
mean,
system's
and most
behavior
importantly,
changes.
how to
So stay
prepare
with
yourself
me.
properly.
I'll explain what's
Before
happening,
we dive into
what
the
it
details,
actually
let me
means,
be clear
what it
about
does
something.
not mean yet,
The Iraqi
and
dinar
how to
community has
position
been
yourself
flooded
wisely,
with
without
misinformation,
panic, fantasy,
exaggerated
or
claims,
false
and outright
expectations.
scams for
No
years.
robotic talk today.
People make
just
bold
clear
predictions
explanation,
about overnight
human tone,
revaluations,
and grounded
promise
reality.
unrealistic
Let's get into
exchange
it.
rates, and prey on
For
the
years,
hopes of
the
genuine
Iraqi dinar
holders.
lived
That's
mostly
not
in
what
the
we
physical
do here
world.
at Dinar today.
Paper notes,
Our
limited
mission
exchange
is simple.
locations,
Deliver
middlemen,
accurate,
manual
verified information
processes,
from
slow
credible
settlements,
sources so
wide
you can
spreads,
make
and
informed
very little
decisions about your
visibility in
investment.
mainstream
So if
financial
you're looking
systems.
for someone to tell you that
That
you'll be a
created
millionaire by
friction.
next Tuesday,
Friction slows
this isn't that
participation.
channel.
And when
But if you want to
participation is
understand the
low,
real
legitimacy
mechanisms
stays
behind currency
limited.
valuation,
But here's the
actual
shift.
steps
We
Iraq
are
is
now
taking,
seeing the
and
dinar
how to
appearing
protect yourself during
inside
this
modern
process,
digital
then
financial
you're in
infrastructure.
exactly the
The
right
same
place.
type of systems used
Let's
by
start
global
with the source
wallets,
of this
payment
update.
processors,
The Iraqi
settlement
Gazette
engines,
is the
and
official
multi-currency
publication
platforms.
of the Iraqi
And no,
government.
this does
When
not
they publish
mean a
something,
revaluation
it carries
happened.
weight.
It
It's
does not
a
mean
leaked
overnight
document.
wealth.
It's not
It does
an
not mean
anonymous
instant
tip.
global
It's
reserve
an official
status.
government
What it
communication
means is
channel
simpler,
that publishes
but far
legal
more
notices,
important long
policy
term.
changes,
The
and
dinar is
major
becoming
governmental
digitally
decisions.
accessible.
According to
And
recent
in modern
reports from the
finance,
Gazette,
access
the Central Bank of
precedes
Iraq
adoption.
is actively preparing
Let's
for
slow that down.
significant changes
When
to
a
the
currency
official
becomes
exchange rate of
digitally
the Iraqi
accessible,
dinar.
it means
Now, I want
systems
you to
know how
understand
to
why
price
this
it.
is
Systems
extraordinary.
know how to settle
Central
it.
banks
Systems
don't
know how to
announce rate
record
changes
it.
lightly.
Systems know how to
Currency exchange
monitor
rates are
compliance.
among the most
Systems know
carefully
how to
guarded
move it
and
between
slowly
ledgers.
adjusted economic instruments
Banks and payment
any country
platforms do
has.
not
They
add
affect
currencies
everything
for
from the price
decoration.
of bread
They
in
add
local
them
markets
after
to
compliance
international
checks,
trade
risk
agreements
modeling,
worth
settlement
billions of
mapping,
dollars.
and
When a
regulatory
central bank
review.
signals that
This is
significant rate changes are
preparation,
coming,
infrastructure
it means extensive
preparation,
planning,
not
economic
speculation,
modeling,
not
and
rumor,
policy coordination
preparation.
have already
And
taken place
infrastructure
behind
always
the
arrives
scenes.
before
For those of
major
you who have
financial
been following
behavior
the
shifts,
dinar for years,
never after.
you know that one of the
Now,
most
think about
frustrating
what this
aspects
changes.
has been the
Previously,
lack of movement.
dinar holders
The
faced
exchange rate
limited
has remained
exchange points,
relatively stagnant
manual
for
verification,
extended periods,
long processing
leading many
times,
holders to wonder
inconsistent
if meaningful
acceptance,
change would ever
heavy
occur.
reliance on physical
This
cash.
official confirmation
Digital
from
rails
the Iraqi
change
Gazette
all of that.
represents a
Digital rails
fundamental shift
introduce
from
faster
discussion
movement,
and planning
easier
to actual
conversions,
implementation.
clearer pricing,
The Iraqi
better
government
tracking,
is moving from the
lower
theoretical
friction.
stage to
And
the
when
action
friction
stage.
drops,
And that
participation
transition
increases.
Is precisely what
That is
long-term
how
holders have
currencies
been waiting to
gradually
see.
integrate into
Now let's talk
larger
about what
financial
big rate
ecosystems.
changes
Not
actually
through
means in
secret
practical
RV
terms.
announcements,
The
not through
exchange
private
rate is
bank
the value
calls,
relationship
but through
between
slow,
the Iraqi dinar
quiet system
and other
upgrades.
currencies, most
Now, an
notably
important
the US
reality
dollar.
check.
When we
Digital
say the
access
rate is
does
changing,
not equal
we are talking about
revaluation.
adjusting
Revaluation
how
is
many
a
dinars
government
equal
policy
$1,
decision.
or
It
conversely,
depends
how
on
many dollars one
macroeconomics,
dinar is
reserves,
worth.
fiscal
A
policy,
significant
inflation
upward
control,
adjustment
and political
would mean the
stability.
dinar gains
Platforms
value relative
don't
to the
revalue
dollar.
currencies.
This is what most
Central
holders
banks
hope
do.
for, because it would
Platforms
increase
simply
the
prepare the
purchasing power
roads
of
so
their
that
dinar
if
holdings.
policy changes
However,
ever happen,
we need to be
the
realistic
system can
and
handle
understand
the
that
traffic
rate adjustments
smoothly.
can also
That's
be made
the
for
distinction
stabilization
most
purposes,
YouTube channels
to
never
align with
explain.
international monetary
Infrastructure
standards,
is not
or to
prophecy.
reflect economic
It is
realities
readiness.
within Iraq itself.
Now, let's talk about what
makes
happens
this
when digital
particular
access
announcement so important
expands.
is not
Liquidity
just that a
improves,
change is
meaning
coming,
more
but that it's being
participants can
officially
buy, sell,
acknowledged and
transfer,
prepared
or
for
convert.
in advance.
Speed improves,
Transparency in
meaning
currency
settlements
matters
happen
builds
faster.
confidence. When
Visibility Volatility
Governments and
improves,
central banks
meaning
operate
real
in the
price
shadows,
discovery becomes
making
easier.
sudden,
But
unexpected
liquidity
changes.
has
It
two
creates
sides.
chaos in
More
markets
access
and
can also mean
destroys
more
investor
volatility.
confidence.
More
fact
buyers
that
and
Iraq
sellers
is
mean price
publicly
can move
announcing
faster
through
in either
official channels
direction.
that rate
This is
changes
why
are being
preparation
prepared
must
shows
always
a
be
level of
paired with
economic
risk
maturity
awareness.
and respect for
Opportunity
market
and
stability
risk
that
always
is
arrive
genuinely
together.
encouraging.
Another
This is how
key point.
developed economies
When
operate,
global payment
and seeing
ecosystems
Iraq adopt
recognize
these
a currency
practices is a
internally,
positive
they
sign
can,
for
quote,
anyone
exchange
holding their
rates,
currency.
convert balances,
I know many of you are
settle
thinking right
internally
now,
between
does
users,
this mean the RV
and route
is
payments
finally
through partner
happening?
banks.
Should I start
This
planning
reduces
how to spend my
intermediaries,
profits?
reduces costs,
Let me address
reduces
this directly
delays.
and honestly.
For dinar holders,
No
that
one,
is a
and I mean
massive structural
absolutely
improvement
no one,
compared
can
to
tell you the
past
exact
conditions.
date when a
But again,
revaluation
each
will
platform,
occur, or
each
what the final
country,
exchange
each
rate will
account
be.
type has different
Anyone
rules.
who claims they have
Never
insider
assume,
information about
always
specific dates
verify.
or guaranteed rates
Now,
is
let's
either
touch
mistaken
peer-to-peer
or
systems.
deliberately
As
misleading you.
ecosystems
What we can
interconnect
say,
quietly
based on this
behind the
official
scenes,
confirmation,
value can
is
move
that
more
the
fluidly
infrastructure
across
for rate
services.
changes is being
That doesn't
put
mean
in
every
place.
app
The
suddenly becomes a
groundwork is
global
being laid.
exchange.
The
It means
mechanisms are being prepared.
interoperability is
This
improving.
real progress.
Over time,
But
this
it's the
expands
beginning of a
possible
process,
transaction
not
paths.
the end of
More
one.
paths, more
Currency
flexibility.
revaluations or
But
adjustments
peer-to-peer
are
access
complex,
also increases
multi-stage
responsibility.
processes. They require coordination
identity
between the
checks,
central
platform
bank, commercial
reputation,
banks,
transaction
government ministries,
records.
and
These
often
are
international
non-negotiable.
financial institutions.
Never send
Software
funds
systems
blindly.
need to be updated.
Never trust
Bank
private
employees
offers
need to be
promising
trained on new
special
procedures.
conversion access.
Physical
That is
currency may need to
always
be
a scam.
verified, counted,
Now,
and
let's
in some
talk
cases
scams because
replaced.
they always appear
International
when
exchange
real
partners
transitions
need to
begin.
be notified and prepared
If someone says
to handle
guaranteed
the new rate
rate,
structure,
secret
all
early
of these steps
access,
take time,
private
sometimes
redemption
weeks
appointment,
or months.
send funds
The
first,
Iraqi Gazette
keep it
confirmation
confidential,
tells us that
walk
this process
away.
has officially
Real
begun,
financial systems
which is
do not
massive
operate
news,
in secrecy.
but expecting
They
overnight
operate in
results would be
documented,
setting yourself up for
regulated,
disappointment.
traceable processes.
Let me emphasize
Pressure
why the
is the
credibility
scammer's
of the
weapon.
source matters so
Verification
much.
is your shield.
Over the years, the
So how
dinar
should a
community
serious
has been
holder
plagued
approach
with
this phase?
misinformation,
Simple
often
steps.
originating
Use
from
only
questionable
official
sources.
platforms.
Someone
Read
posts
fee
something
and
on a
settlement
forum,
terms.
it gets shared
Enable
on social
two-factor
media,
security.
suddenly
Keep
thousands
transaction
of people believe
records.
something that
Test
has
with
no
small amounts
factual basis.
first before large
This
ones.
creates a cycle
And
of
never
false
store
hope and
large balances
disappointment
long-term
that
on
is
any
exhausting and
platform.
damaging.
Consult
The
tax or
Iraqi
legal
Gazette is
professionals for
different.
large moves.
It's an official,
Discipline
verifiable
beats
government
excitement.
publication.
Preparation
When they
beats
report that the
speculation.
central bank is preparing
Now,
for rate
here's
changes,
the bigger picture.
financial institutions,
When a currency
businesses,
gains
and
digital
citizens
rails,
inside
global
Iraq
businesses
take
can
notice
accept it
and
more
begin
easily.
their own preparation.
Diaspora
This
communities
isn't
can
idle
move value
speculation
more
meant to
efficiently.
generate clicks
Trade
or sell
settlement becomes
newsletters.
smoother.
This is
Financial
actionable
institutions can
intelligence
monitor
that has
flows
real-world
accurately.
consequences.
This is how
So
currencies
what could this
move
mean
from
for you as a
isolation
dinar
to
holder?
visibility
If the
to
official exchange
usability
rate is
to
adjusted
broader
upward,
relevance.
meaning
Not
the dinar
overnight,
gains value
not
against major
explosively,
currencies,
but step
your
by
holdings
step.
would
That's
theoretically be worth
exactly
more.
how modern
However,
financial
and this is
evolution works.
crucial, the
So
ability
let's
to
answer
realize
the
that
big
value
question
depends
honestly.
entirely
Does
on
this
having
mean
a safe,
RV is
legal,
guaranteed
and
or
legitimate
imminent?
way to exchange
No one knows,
your currency.
and anyone claiming
This is where
certainty is
preparation
not being
becomes
truthful.
absolutely
What we do
critical.
know is this.
You need to know which banks in
Infrastructure
your
is
area
being
will handle
prepared.
dinar exchanges.
Visibility
You
is
need to have
increasing.
your currency
Accessibility
organized,
is
verified
improving.
for authenticity,
System readiness
and
is
properly
advancing.
documented. You need
Those
to
are
understand
real
the tax
signals,
implications
not
of
fantasy,
currency exchange
not hype,
in your
not
jurisdiction.
doom.
You need to
Just
have a plan
measurable
that doesn't
system
involve
development.
panic selling
And
to the
that's where
first buyer who
intelligent
contacts
observers
you on
stay.
social media.
Not emotional,
It's also
not
important
fearful,
to understand
not
that these rate
blindly
changes
optimistic,
are happening
just
within the
informed,
broader economic
patient,
reforms
and
in
prepared.
Iraq. The government
As
has
we
been
close
working
today,
with international
digital
organizations
access is
to
not the
modernize
finish
the
line.
banking sector,
It is the
improve
opening of a
financial
new chapter.
transparency,
At
reduce
Dinar
corruption,
Update,
and
we will
create a more
continue
stable
tracking
economic
real
environment
structural
for Iraqi
developments,
citizens.
not rumor cycles.
Adjusting the
So
exchange
you can
rate
separate
isn't
signal
an
from
isolated
noise
event.
every step
It's
of the way.
one piece of a
If this breakdown
comprehensive
helped you
strategy to
understand the moment
strengthen
more
Iraq's
clearly,
economy,
stay
attract
connected for
foreign
future
investment,
updates.
and
We'll
provide
continue
better
following
economic
infrastructure
opportunities for
shifts,
Iraqi
compliance
citizens.
movements,
When you
and
view the
global
rate
payment
change through
integration
this
as they
lens,
unfold.
you can see
Until
it's not
next
just
time,
about numbers
stay
on
calm,
a currency
stay
note.
observant,
It's about
stay
fundamental
prepared.
economic
Because
transformation,
real financial change
which takes
never
time
shouts.
but has
It
lasting
moves
benefits.
quietly first.
Some holders worry that rate changes could be temporary or subject to reversal. While anything is theoretically possible in economics, the nature of this announcement suggests careful long-term planning rather than a hasty short-term fix. Central banks understand that credibility is everything. Making a major rate change only to reverse it shortly afterward would be devastating to both domestic and international confidence in the currency. The fact that Iraq is publicly announcing through official channels that rate changes are being prepared indicates that extensive modeling, planning, and preparation have already taken place to ensure the change can be sustained. This doesn't eliminate all risk, but it does suggest this is a serious, well-considered policy move. Now, let's talk about what you should be doing right now as a holder. First and foremost, stay informed through legitimate sources. Follow updates from the Iraqi Gazette, the Central Bank of Iraq, and reputable international financial news organizations. Create a reliable information network for yourself that doesn't depend on social media rumors or anonymous forum posts. Second, organize your physical currency. Check each note carefully for authenticity. There are unfortunately counterfeit dinars in circulation, and you don't want to discover you're holding fake currency when you try to exchange it. Group your notes by denomination, store them securely, and create an inventory document for your records.